Hello viewers, welcome to another video of Special Site. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can display qualitative data in the form of map. So for this purpose, I'm taking a election map. I'm going to make an election map here, and the data that this election map will show will be the qualitative. And similar way, you can apply this technique to all other type of qualitative data, and you can do your analysis. So actually the map you are seeing here, this is election constituency of Rupandehi district of Nepal. And here what I want is in this different election constituency, different parties have won. What I want here is I simply want to show which election constituency is won by which party. That's it. That's the qualitative data that I want to show. I'm not going to deal with numbers here. So if we open its attribute table, I had modified this attribute table. Previously it was a bit messy. So here you can see this Kshetra number 1, election constituency number 1 was won by this CPN UML. Likewise, here are different election constituency. There are 5 election constituency data which were owned by different parties, and here I'm going to show this data, and here what I'm going to show is which election constituency is won by which party. Okay, simply I'm going to remove this layer first, and I'm going to load my required data. So the required data that I need here is this. These are the required data. I'm simply going to click here. This you can see here. Just click this SHP file. Simply just click here and drag it here. And other thing is simply I also want this district SHP. Click here, drag it. And other is this Rupandehi Palika, this Rupandehi district, and those local labels that are within that district. Click here and drag it here. Okay, these 3 layers we are going to show here, and now it's looking a bit of unclear clutter, but we are going to solve all this thing. So we have loaded our data. Now we are going to work on symbology, and what I want here is I want a rule-based symbology here, rule-based classification, and what that will do is that will just put was owned by that party, respective party. Suppose this is election constituency 1. If it was won by CPN UML, then you are going to see that kind of color here. And likewise, different election constituency which respective party have won, they will get that kind of color. And here, okay. So where we are going to go is, let's go to this merged Rupandehi. Simply double left click here, go to symbology. We are already here by default, and here instead of single symbol, okay, we are going to go on this rule based. Here you can see there is only one kind of color here, only this pink kind of color, but we are going to give different kind of color respective to their parties. So I'm simply going to remove that previous one, and what I'm going to do here is I'm going to add the new rule here. Okay, let's click on this plus sign here, and let's keep its level Rupandehi 1, 2 and 5. Because this Rupandehi 1, 2 and 5 election constituency were owned by a single party whose name is CPN UML. And after giving this level, I want to filter the data. What I want is, I simply want to filter the data. So I'm going to click here Then we need to go to this here fields and values, and in on by you simply write here, give give this single quotes both side, and write here cpn dash uml and click here OK. And now other things we are going to do it. Okay, I also want to apply color here. So what color I'm going to apply here is according to their party flags. So CPN UML has got mainly that red kind of color, so I'm going to apply here, but I'm not going to give that a more bright red, because gets more kind of attention, and this is a qualitative data, and in qualitative data analysis you need to give equal kind of importance to all the geographic units. So I'm going to give a faint kind of red here, a little bit of faint kind of red. I think it will do the job. Later on we can what we can do is, okay, let's reduce its transparency for it. If it's needed later we will do it. Okay, two kind of, okay, you can see here, let's see here, you have seen this one election, 1 2 3, this three election constituency have got the three kind of colors. They have got three kind of colors as we had expected. I just want I want to close all the rest of the layers. Here are other kind of data also, you are going to see it soon. So what other thing I want here, I'm again going here. Let's show you one thing first here. If we open its activity table, you can see here CPN UML. It's the exact name that I had used previously while doing filtering. If the name will be mistake, then you are not going to get the required results. So make sure of that thing. Okay, this is the thing. Now you can see here first let me do one thing. Let me open this its level. It will be easy for you to see what kind of things are there, and go to this chapter number, click apply. Okay, now you can see here 1 2 1 2 and 5, 1 2 and 5. You can see here 1 2 and 5 were owned by CPN UMN. Now you are also going to see this 3 and 4. This is by Rashtriya Prajatantra Party and 4 by Loktantrik Samajwadi Party. You are going to see this soon. We have not applied here that rule-based symbology, so you are seeing this white color. So simply again, let's go here and let's go to symbology. Now again we are again click here. Okay, now let's give its label. I'm going to say is Rupandehi 3, and Rupandehi 3 was okay. You have given label and simply click this icon, E-type icon, and go to here fields and values, and click here double left click this one by, okay, and give this course, and I'm simply going to write here RPP. Once you write this and click OK, and now I'm going to give its color. Simply select this simple fill and you go to this fill color and click here, and now its color is exactly that yellow kind of color, but I'm really going to reduce its transparency to some extent because I don't want more kind of that yellowish color that gets more attention. So I'm going to click on OK. You can click here, apply, click apply, and you can see here. Now you can see that 3. Now and lastly, what I'm going to do here is I'm again going to click here and in level Rupandehi 4 was owned by LSP. Click this E icon, go to this fields and values and owned by equal to LSP, Rashtriya Samajwadi Party. Click OK, and its symbol is more like that green and white mix. So I'm going to give it here this kind of symbol, a bit of shade of less saturated mode of green. And now click apply, and you can see this here as well. 1 2 3 4, and remember this all 3 layers have been ticked, and if you untick them and click apply, you are not going to see here. So make sure these all boxes are ticked. Click apply. Okay, we are done with this part. Now again I want to show you here one thing. Let's check if this attributable. Now you can see here this Kshetra number means election constituency number 1 2 and 5. 1 2 5 CPN UML, that is shown by this red color, and 3 by RPP shown by this kind of yellow, and 4 by LSP shown by this shade of green. So we are done with the symbology of main election constituency of Rupandehi district. Now we are going to work on labeling. Okay, simply now we need to open other layers. Before working on labeling, what I want here is I want to use a bit of transparency here, and once the transparency is done and you can understand the things. Now simply click on this let's say Rupandehi Palika, go here and go to levels, in single levels, and now click on this single levels, and in this value section click this drop icon, and right here click this Palika. Okay, we are done with the Palika. Now I want a bit of font. So the main purpose of this map is I want to show this map in soft copy devices. So I'm going to go with sans serif. So in sans serif also I'm going to go with free sans. It is the font family of Helvetica. So I'm going to make it size 9. I don't want much bigger size, and simply click on apply. Okay, now you can see its symbology, this labeling here, but you have not seen its boundary of this Rupandehi Palika. Later we'll do in that symbology section. And similarly, the similar thing I want to do for this district as well. For this district I'm simply going to go on, let's go to this levels and click here single levels. Then this is the district name that I want to show. So in the value, click this arrow icon and simply select district. Here also I'm going to use the same font. Do use the same font, don't use different kind of font. It makes that map look messy. Click on apply. Okay, we are done with this. So we are done with here a bit of leveling we have done. Here what I want is, so the main purpose of this map is, what I want is, I want that I want viewers to focus more on these numbers. This is election constituency number 1, 2, and this is 3, this is 4, 5. I want them to focus on numbers and give less priority on this Palika name. So what I'm going to do here is, I'm simply going to increase the font size of these numbers that I have given previously. So I'm going to go on this mouse to Rupandehi, double left click this, and by default I am here. You may not be here, you may be somewhere here, Symbology. Just go here, go to levels, and in this value that we want is Kshetra number, that means election constituency number, and font is again Free Sans, and font size I want here is, let's make it 30 and see what we'll get. Okay, it looks fine. 13 gets more attention. Now here we are done. Now we are going to go on symbology part. If something remains, we'll later cover those things. Now in symbology, what I want is, you are seeing different kind of color here. This district color, this is also not looking so much good here. So we are going to make this transparent. Simply click here, double left click here, and go to symbology. And if you will go in symbology and you click here, this simple fill, in this fill color, simply select this arrow, bottom arrow, and take this transparent fill icon, click apply. Now that color has been removed and it has become transparent. And here you can do one thing. Look at the size of this boundary. You have given this fill style as solid. You could have choose other option as well. So, and stroke color is black, so you are saying this boundary as black. What I want here is, I want to make this boundary a bit of thick. I want to make it a bit more thin, because district boundary is not that kind of priority to me. So it looks satisfying. Now click on apply. Now we are done with this. Now other thing that you can do here is, make this district level. You are seeing here this Kapil Vastu, this Arkahatsi, this, it's also getting more kind of attention. I don't want that. I don't want that more. I don't want that this district boundary get more attention. I just want to focus on this my boundary. I just want this leveling, this 1 2 3 4 gets more attention, and likewise a similar kind of less attention is grabbed by these palikas. So what I want to do here is, I want to reduce the transparency of this district. So I'm again going to go here in this levels, in this opacity, I'm going to make this 70%, and let's see what will happen. Now you can see something has happened here. Okay, click okay. Now it looks a bit good. Now other thing that you can do here is, you have not seen this Palika boundary. I want the boundary of Palika. So what can I do here is, and you can see here this Palika boundary has got that this purple kind of color, but as it is in bottom, you have not seen this color. Now I'm going to do it with this Rupandehi Palika is, I'm going to do the same thing that I have done with this. I'm going to remove its transparency. Go to symbology, and in this field color, simply click here. Okay, simply click on this simple fill, then in fill color simply click this bottom arrow and transparent fill, click apply. Now you can see here, you can see here to some extent we have seen the boundary, but the problem here is the boundary we have seen of Palika, but after the default font, this uh, default default stroke width of this boundary, this election constituency boundary and this Palika boundary, it has become quite difficult to differentiate. So what we are going to do here is I want to just keep it here is, let's say 13. I want to keep 0.13. Now it looks more clear. Okay, and if you are done with this, you can also do other thing here. Now there should be a kind of distinct differentiation between this boundary of Rupandehi district and Rupandehi Palika. They looks more kind of similar. So I'm again going to go here in this symbology, and I'm going to make it a bit more thin. Let's say it's 0.8. 0.8. Now you can see here. Now there is kind of a distinguishedness between the boundary. This district boundary has become quite thin. We can distinguish them, and this this Palika boundary is a bit of thick than compared to district, and this election constituency boundary is more thicker than rest of the three. And with this we can clearly now distinguish. So other thing what you can do here is leveling of local Palika. You can make them a bit of thin. We can reduce its transparency. It's getting more kind of attraction than these numbers that I wanted. So I'm simply going to go on this merged Rupandehi. Click here, double left click, levels. Go to this Rupandehi Palika, and in level, let's make this 80%. Apply. Now you can see here a kind of distinction you can see. Now you can notice something here. This transparency has been reduced, and whenever the viewer sees this map, first they are going to see this color, then they are going to see this boundary, and they are going to see this election constituency, this number. One more thing you can do if you wish, and I want to increase this font size a bit more, so I'm going to go on this Rupandehi Palika. I'm going to go on this merged Rupandehi. Let's make this font 14. It's not looking so much. Okay, now we are done with that. So other thing is you can also increase the font size of this Palika. Let's increase this font size. Let's make it, we are in Rupandehi Palika. Let's make it 10. You can possibly do is this district boundary also. Let's reduce its transparency, this labeling. Okay, it looks good now. Now if you notice here, the labeling is done by the software by default. We are going to do some edit on this labeling done by the software, because here if we see here, all it has, it's looking a kind of, it has become like a mess. Look at here, this Rupandehi has been shown here. We don't want this label here. And generally when we label this, we can say this kind of aerial feature having some area, it should be exactly situated in the middle. And if we see here, some portions are not being situated like that, and we are going to do some editing of this. But now I'm not going to do this editing. I'm going to go on layout, and in layout we'll see the kind of scale that our map fits, and accordingly we are going to do the leveling. Because later on, if you have to again remove and clutter, again you have to do the same task, then it's not logical. So for now I'm going to go on layout. Later on in the layout, if everything does not looks good, and we are going to do some kind of editing. So for this, till now here, simply do like, till now here we're done with the labeling, we are done with the symbology. Now we are going to go on layout. So layout means simply arranging the map elements, title, scale, inset map, and other data sources and other things. So for that, I'm simply going to go on this project, click here, and new print layout, and let's write it here, election result. Okay, now this is the default what you will see. I'm going to right click here, I'm going to go on paste properties. Now before doing this layout thing, the most important thing that you need to keep in your mind is with what is the size of map you are going to make. So for me here, I'm simply going to display it on a monitor screen for this social media. So I'm not going to print this paper size and other thing. This so for me, I think for my purpose, this B5 well looks good. B5 size looks good, and orientation is landscape. You can make it to portrait as well. And here are other things. If you want this custom size with height, you can make it from here. So you can do this length, this setting size of the map settings from here. So if we are done with this, let's make it 100%. Okay, okay, in 100% its size has become more. So what I'm going to go on here, go to size, and now so here A5 looks good, and this inner size is quite large, and A4 means A4 paper size. So for here A5 looks good. I'm going to go with A5. Okay, till here everything looks good. Now what we are going to do here is, the map elements, and main element of the map is the map face. So I'm going to insert that map face here. Simply go to add item and click here, add map. Click here this you can just click here. After clicking here, and simply drag. Okay, you are seeing a map here, and if we look at this map, okay, now we need to make sure, are we satisfied with this size or not. The general convention says that map face, this is the main size, it should occupy 2/3 portion of the map, and it looks like it's occupying that 2/3 portion, and I'm quite satisfied with this size. You can do some editing with this scale as well. Let's make this 30. So the scale of this map here will be this, and remember here one thing, my coordinate system, the data I have used here are all in this 44 north, so my scale will come in meter, that I will talk here. And if this is the scale that we are going to print this map, if this is the scale, simply select copy, then you can go here and you can paste here. If that is the scale, if this is the scale that you are going to print, then you need to look like you make this interface according to that scale, and then you can decide what features to which level. Later on you can decide which labeling to remove or modify accordingly. It will become easier. Now we are done with that. Now what I want here is, we have added the map face. Now we need to do here some few things. We need to add the title. Now let's add title and other things, and later on at any time we can edit, we can do modification of this map. Okay, you can simply lock this layer as well, but here I don't need to lock. Let's lock it. Now let's add the title. Simply add item, click on this add item, go to add level. Yeah, I'm going to keep this name is Parliament election result 2079. Okay, now look at this font. This font is not matching with the font that we have used here. So I'm going to again simply click here this icon font, and free sans was what I was using. You may not get this free sans in your software because I had installed that later on. So I'm going to increase its font size because once the viewers will see this map, they will have their eyes on this colorful things, then they will have their eye on this result. So I'm going to on title, so I'm going to keep it like that. My font is here 15. Let's increase its size a bit. 16 looks good. Okay, other thing, I'm also going to add the subtitle. So I had simply selected here Control C, Control V. Okay, now I'm going to go here and I'll write its name, Rupandehi District Election Constituency. Now you can see here the viewer should have eye on this, and I want to, we are using the principle of visual hierarchy here, so I'm going to decrease its font size because I don't want to get more attention for this subtitle. So its font, I'm going to make it 13. Okay, it looks good. And other thing that I want to do here is I wanted to make it a bit italic. Okay, here is not that kind of font. Okay, I wanted to make its style look like italic, but here is no, there is no this option. Okay, okay, one more thing, it doesn't look good. Okay, 13 is fine here. Okay, 13 is fine here. And other thing, so the title, this title exactly sits in the center, and this is also sits in the center. If you had italic in this in your font, then you could have made this italic because it looked it distinguishes both title and subtitle. Okay, we are done with the title. Now what we are going to do here is we are simply going to add, we are going to add the legend later on at last. Now we can keep that labeling and other thing, but now one more thing I have to add here. Let's do one thing. Let's do some kind of changes here. Here, this this labeling does not look so good. It looks like I think that labeling has to be improved here. So what I am going to go on here is I'm first going to target this Palika, this Devdaha Butul Sainamana, what you are seeing here. So I'm going to simply click here, and you can see here there is one motion, move a label or callout diagram. Click here. I'm going to move the things now. Now you can simply see this Sainamana, and if this option will come, you simply select Palika. Okay, Sainamaya, let's move here. Let's try to move the things in the center. We are going to use that native space as well. This is here, and this. This Tilotoma region has been removed. Where it has gone, I am not aware of that. And this 5, let's bring it here. And now I also want to do one thing. I want to remove some features. I mean to say I want to hide some features. This Lumini Sanskrit development area, this is the feature that I want to hide here because I don't want to show this. And this Rupandehi district that you are seeing here, I also want to hide this. It's not being hide here. The reason behind this is the district, and we have not selected that district. So I'm going to go click on this. It's been selected now, and I'm going to go on this show or hide and go and click district. I'm going to select here district. Okay, now district has been removed. Okay, we're done with this now. Okay, we are done with this labeling and other things. Now Simply at last I want to do something here. Okay, you have done some kind of editing in the main map interface, but you have not seen that changes here. So for this, what you need to go do is here simply that scroll that mouse and bring it to default 100%. Now if you will notice here, you can see some changes. You have seen the changes. Okay, if you have seen the changes, that's great. Now we are going to do one thing, and that thing is we are going to keep a label here saying it's Tilotama, and another label here saying it's Kutihamai. We are going to do that thing later on. Simply go to add item, add label, and you can notice that one problem is here. Let's just say you need to note one thing here. That thing is you have reduced the transparency of these labels, these local labels, and if you keep this by default here and it does not fit and does not looks good, so you have to remove the transparency of this as well. So before doing that, you just note what is the transparency value that you have used in this Palika. In labeling, in label, it's 80%, and font size is 9, and font is free sans. Okay, and I'm going to do the same here. I'm going to simply go here, go to this font, and recent font is free sans, and this font size should be here 9. And other thing here is I want to do this is, so now I want to reduce its opacity to that 80% that we had seen previously. So for that, I'm simply going to go click this font color, and in color in below you can see this opacity, make it 80. Now look, it suits with the font, other font. And now Control C, Control V, and there is also another labeling that we need to do for Koti Amai. I think the name is right. Koti. Okay, its name has been gone. Okay, simply. So now I'm going to keep this Tilotama here at the center exactly. I think this election constituency 4 is doing some kind of disturbance here. I'm going to shift it as well. Okay, you have now by default you have seen this here. Okay, this is the problem with this software, and previously you could not see any kind of label here, and now you are seeing this label. So what you need to understand is that if you need to do some kind of labeling, don't do in that this interface. You come to layout and see here what you need to do here, then only our time was lost by that adding that label of Kotia mine, but by default that's the software gave it later on. So 1 2 3 4 5, Other thing what you can do to improve this map is, actually I want this level 1 2 this 3 4 5 in that space where there is no any kind of boundary, because it attracts the viewer more. It's called negative space specifically. So I'm going to shift it a bit more there. Here also it looks good, this a bit here, and this 3 is okay, it's looking good there. Okay, other things are fine, I guess. Now look at here, you have got this tilotama as well, but this is the, so what you need to understand here, you did not saw those label because this value, this one was above it and it was hiding, it made it, this value made this hide to, made to hide this tilotama. And again here is the same case, I had raised this height from bottom to the above, and that label is missing. Now if I will reduce this down, it will come by default, I hope so. Yeah, now you can see it has come. Okay, this labeling, we are done with this. Now simply what I want here is, now I want to do one thing. I want to add legend. The legend you need to add if you are satisfied with all the symbology, all the labeling and all things. And after adding this legend, you can't do much kind of editing things. So here I am satisfied with all the things, and now I'm going to go with labeling. So for this, okay, everything's fine. Simply go to add item, click this add legend here. Now simply click, and now you can see something here. You can see here, okay, your legend has come here, but not the way that we wanted. You need to do some kind of editing here. Now I want this, just one thing here. Here is one option for auto update, just untick it. We are going to update it by ourselves. Now this merge Rupandehi, just keep it above. Always keep the things above or on the top that you want to show. I want, with this color I want to show something, and we are going to do some kind of editing here. Simply click here, and now you will see in this merge Rupandehi, just click here, and I want here, I want to write by 1 by, it was owned by some party, those seats, those election constituency, so I have used that term 1 by. This red color, as I had told you previously as well, this red has been owned by the CPN UML. So instead of Rupandehi 1 2 3, we are going to write here CPN UML. Simply click here, double left click, and you are going to get this, and type okay, and do the same for rest. This is owned by RPP, and this by LSP. I'm going to say it's simply Loktantra Samajwadi Party. And so we are done with this. Now you can see Rupandehi Palika is not, it does not looks good that level. Let's make it local level. We have done with this. Now other thing, and this is this one you need to make neighboring district. So you may notice one thing, uh, our this district has got no border. What is the district boundary? You might be thinking about that data here. So I'm going to load my boundary data. You could have added that data, or you could not have added. That's all your personal choice, because this red portion, this merged Rupandehi, this all are boundary data, and they are exactly showing the boundary. But in case you want to show the exact boundary of this study area, then you can also keep it there. I'll show you how you can do that. Okay, for that I'm going to load this Rupandehi boundary.csv, this CSV file. Simply click here, drag it here, and we are going to work on its symbology. Go to its symbology in simple fill. Simply we are going to click here in this fill color. We are going to make it in this simple fill. Click simple fill. In this stroke, in this stroke style, we are going to make it dot line, and stroke width we are going to keep it 40, because we want to show the boundary clearly. Just click apply. Now see here, to some extent we are able to see the boundary, but have been successful to add this boundary of this Rupandehi district. Now what we are going to do, we need to add this now this boundary in our legend as well, because in the legend there is no such boundary. So simply what we are going to do here is, we have selected this legend, and make sure one thing, I want to say one thing here. If you don't select that particular element, you are not going to see its properties. For example, but before that you need to unlock this key. For example, to see the properties of this map, I need to click here, and now I could see the properties of this map. If you log this, now you won't be able to see its properties. So now I want to see the properties of this legend. I'll be clicking here. Now only I can get this properties. But if this legend was unlocked here, if it was locked here, I could not have seen this. So if it is locked, then you need to unlock and click here to see its properties. Now I need to add one item here. I'm going to this plus sign and set Rupandehi boundary. So it's Rupandehi boundary, and just click here. Okay, let's make it like that. Okay, now we can see in this legend as well, this hierarchy we can see here. This local level gets more priority, so it's a bit of thick, and district boundary has less priority, so it's thin. Similarly, Rupandehi boundary has also got priority, so we have to made its appearances in this dotted line. So we are done with this thing. Now we are going to place it here like this. Lalik. So simply I'm going to go here, oblique. I had installed it later. So other thing is here, what I want to make here is uh, the size between this title and subtitle has not been quite differentiating. There is not quite distinguished size. It looks similar, more or less similar to this title. The subtitle is looking a bit similar to this title. A few font sizes may have been less. So what I'm going to do here is, I'm going to reduce its size now to 12, and its size is and this title size is exactly 16. Now what I want here is, if the users see this title, he or she will see this subtitle as well, because it's in italic and it's quite distinguishing. So as I had made this in italic, so I have reduced its font size. So that's it from here. Now other thing here, what I want is, if you notice this legend, here are two type of classes in legend. One is this political parties who won, and other is this boundary. So what I want here is I want to make another class called boundary, and within that boundary I want to keep these three things. Like here with owned by, within this owned by, the three political parties are here. So I want to make another kind of here, a kind of another subclass, you can say. So for that I'm simply going to click here, and now I'm going to add I'm going to add I'm going to add this merge Rupandehi. Now what I'm trying to do here is, okay, what I'm trying to do here is I will be adding this merge Rupandehi. I'll be removing all those three features that you are seeing here, but I'll be using its title. Okay, I'll explain how, what I mean to say here. So this mouse Rupandehi should be here. Simply click and drag it above it. Click and drag it. Okay, it's here. Just click this arrow icon and just select this, press Ctrl, select this three, and press this minus icon. It will remove them. And instead of this mouse Rupandehi, just double left click it. I'll be writing here boundary. Simple. And after boundary is done, just go there, and now you can see here, just okay, come here. Just now if this boundary is done, other thing you can do is just click here. It's not necessary to write now boundary here. You can simply write Rupandehi district. Okay. I also want to do one thing here is the important feature you always need to write on the top. Here important feature is this Rupandehi district for me. So I'm going to keep it on top of this local level. Then another feature is local level, and another import, and the last is neighboring district. I give less importance to this, so I'm keeping it here on below. So now this legend looks good, but one thing you need to do here, you need to change its font, because this font is not resembling with the font that you are seeing here. So to change this font, we are going to go here. Okay, simply go to this font setting, just click here. Title font, we have no title, we have not added like legend. I don't feel that it's necessary to write legend here. And group font, here is no group font, here is only subgroup font. This one by boundary, these are subgroup font. What I want here is let it be in free sans, and it's if we check here, its font size is 12. Its font size is 12. Let's make it a bit smaller. Let's keep it 11. Okay, we are done with that. And item font means this CPN UML, this thing which are under this subgroup. Item font also I'm going to keep this free sans, and its font size I'll be reducing to 10. Okay, these things are done. I think now everything looks fine. Here we have done a lot of things here. This here are other tools also that you can explore yourself. And if you want, before doing that, I want to add the scale, which is the main thing here. So to add the scale, what I going to doing here is simply go to add item, this add scale bar. Simply click here and drag it. Just drag it. By default, you are going to see this, and we need to do some now changing here. We need to do some changes. What I want here is its segments. Right two means you have seen here two sections. If we increase it, now you have seen this three sections. You are seeing this in kilometer, it's in 44 knot. Okay, I'm satisfied here with the first segment, but I'm not satisfied with this style. You can change this from this single box to tick line tick up. This also you can keep, and I want to increase its height 3. Let's make it 2. Let's make it 2, looks good. And this font size display, go to display, in font, simply recent font is free sans, and the font size that I want here is not so much big. Okay, 10 looks good. I think 10 should be kept. Okay, I'll be keeping it here, exactly here. And this is done. Scaling is done. Other thing that you can add here is now for this scale bar, just lock this legend. You also you can lock because you have done that work. Now you can add one level here, add another level, which simply go here, this subtitle, Control C, Control V, just copy paste, bring it here. Now you write what you want to write here. So this coordinate system, first I'm going to write here. So we are done with this here. Now other thing that we need to add here is north arrow. Go to add item, simply go to add north arrow, just click it here and click, and just now you have got it here. And to go to these arrows, and now you can see here the different types you can choose from here. I'll be choosing this okay, let's choose this instead of this. Okay, I'll be choosing this. And if you notice here, it's, you can also change its color. For fill color is black here. Okay, okay, I have made it black. Previous this brown, previously it was white. So you can also increase its font size if you want, but I'm not going to increase its, I don't want to make its font size more because it's not the thing, not the first priority to me. So it looks good with this. Now we are done with the title, subtitle, legend, scale, this data source and other thing. And now the one thing remaining here is the inset map. I also want to show the inset map. What I'm planning here to do is I just want to keep that inset map somewhere here, but the space is very low here. So what am I going to do is here, I'm simply going here, I'll click here and I'll be dragging this, but it's locked. So now it looks good. So what I have done is, previously we are in this option, just click here and after unticking this you can drag it like this. Okay, it looks good. I think a small portion will come here, small notable portion. Okay, again go to this cursor sign. So now this map face and other things are done. I'm going to lock this, and remember one thing, if you lock this, also lock from this here, this option. Now you can't do anything after this locking from these two things. So other thing is now I'm going to create that another map. For that we need to go back to our main map interface. Also lock this scale bar. Okay, now I'm going to untick all this thing except this Rupandehi boundary, and I'm going to go this web, quick map services, OSM standard, and take this. And now I'm going to a bit zoom out. I have zoomed out this because this is the portion that I exactly want to show to my viewers, where this Rupandehi is located in the larger extent, because the map that will be seen by these viewers will be mostly from Nepal, and most people may not know who is this Rupandehi district. So if they will get this outer visualization, and then it will be easy for them to locate where this district is. So I think this is sufficient for here. And now simply go here, go to this add item, go to add map, and simply click here and again drag it as you do normally. Once you are done with this, okay, by default it has come like this. Now I want to keep it here in a shape, in a circular kind of shape. So for that, what am I going to do is I'm simply going to go add item, add shape, add ellipse. Okay, ellipse I'm going to add. If you're pressing shift, then a perfect ellipse you may see. I think this is okay. Okay, if this is done, then now what you do is just just select these two layers. Simply click from here, select to these layers, and you go here. This is the clipping option. I just want that extent map in a circular, in this ellipse shape. I don't want that rectangular kind of box. So I'm trying to clip that rectangular extent map in this ellipse. Okay, just go here. If you go there, what you do is enable this clip to item, Then just when enable, the map will be automatically clip to the selected shape, and here the selected shape is ellipse, and just like this, click here. Now you can see here. Now you can see here. Now we got the our extent map that we wanted. Now remember this ellipse and map to make sure these both two things are locked. So we are done with the extent map as well. If you will zoom in this in your screen in your soft copy, if this paper will be disseminated in soft copy, you can see by zooming it where this Rupandehi district is exactly located. Other thing what you can do here is one thing is missing. This district has boundary with India, so I want to write here label India. But before writing that, you need to remember this what kind of it should be matching with this kind of this font name and font size and transparency that we have used. So we are again going to go on this district. If you see that size is 10 and free sans we have used medium, okay, opacity 52%. Okay, I can come here, simply go to add item, add label, and just make label here, say it India. If India is done here, then in this font what you do is recent font is free sans, okay, done. And I just want to make reduce its transparency to 52% as I have done with the district. 52. It is also done. Okay, you could have so I think we are done with the layout. Everything looks good. And other thing that you could have done is let's shift this lesson a bit here. After everything is done, you can simply export this map. Go to this layout and simply export as image. Click on that, and this message something will come here. I will say don't show this message again. Close this. Okay, now you will get an option here to save your map, and I'm simply saying it okay. This Rupandehi election result REC I have said here, and you can save it in different format that you want here. I am saving it simply in PNG. Click save. Okay, click save, and after doing this, here option will come. Layout has been exported successfully. And if you will go to your output, you can also see here the map that you prepared. So thank you viewers for watching this video. We are going to meet soon in upcoming videos. Thank you.